Um, Hello, Bapak Ibu dosen and Pak Mano. How are you today? Hopefully, all of us are in a good condition, yeah. So, today we will conduct the Canvas tutorial sessions hosted by the Center for Excellence in Teaching and Learning, or CETL. So, I'm Andre, CTL part-time staff member, and I will be the PIC for this session. Pak Manoharan Karthigasu will facilitate the sessions for around 60 minutes. So I will let Pak Mano lead the session. Without any further ado, to Pak Mano, time is yours.
Okay, good morning everyone. Selamat pagi Bapak-Bapak dan Ibu sekalian. Let's get started. Just briefly, just to introduce myself, my name is Mano, and I'm part of the CETL. I'm currently in Singapore, but I will be in Jakarta on the 6th of February. So if you have any questions, I'll be in the office. So if there's any questions or anything else you want to follow up, that will be a good time to reach out to me. I'll be there for the whole week, Monday to Friday. So, this session will be very informal. So at any point, if you have any questions, please just feel free to ask. So I have a couple of questions. Okay, let me just see. Okay, unmute. All right. So before we get started, I have two questions actually. So first question, has anyone used Canvas LMS before or any other form of LMS? You can unmute and share, or you can type it in the chat. My question is, have you used Canvas LMS before? Or if you haven't, have you used another type of LMS before that you are familiar with? Okay, so thank you, Pak Tommy. No. Agia, I haven't. Febri, no, I haven't. Nurul, haven't. Okay, so everyone is new, yeah? Okay, all right. So let me just see. Okay, all right. So everyone has not used Canvas before. Okay, so we'll start from the very basics, and I'll walk you through a little bit about how I will set up Canvas, let's say from day one, if I were to get access to a course. Okay, so second question, can you briefly introduce yourself, not very long, less than a minute, and what course would you be teaching? So that will give me a good idea. Okay, so if you want to come on camera, fantastic. If you don't want to, that's fine too. So maybe I'll pick someone to start with. Agia, would you like to start?
Yeah, hello.
Hello, good to see your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, so let me introduce myself. My name is Agia Alam. You can call me Agia.
Okay.
And I will teach introduction to optics and thermodynamic.
Okay. So you are FET. Okay.
Yeah. Oh,
All
no,
right.
no, no. FAS.
FAS. Okay. All right. Okay. So just to ask one more question, can you tell us one thing about yourself that maybe others would not know?
Well, actually, I just finished my study for master degree from University of Indonesia last year. So I think I
Okay.
only can
All
share
right.
about
All right.
it.
Okay. Congratulations. So just last year, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. All right. Agya, you want to pick someone else?
Maybe I will pick Miss Febri.
Okay. Miss Febri. All right.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Pak Mano. My name is Febri. Actually, I will teach the business innovation, and I'm a practitioner. I'm a practitioner in a financial institution, mostly in banking, for almost 18 years.
Wow. Okay.
Nice to meet you, Pak Mano.
Great. Fantastic. Would you like to share something about yourself that maybe people will not know?
Okay, mostly in my previous working experience is mostly in the project management office, Pamano. So I'm close into the system, mostly for the IT system, but mostly it's for the banking system. Probably for the learning management system, LMS is the closest I use for the teaching methods, something like that.
All right. All right. Okay. All right. Thank you. You want to pick someone else?
Sure. Maybe Ibu Ida Ayu Nyoman.
Okay. Ibu Ida.
Okay. Hello, Pak Manu.
Hello.
Me myself. My name is Titin. Actually, my nickname is Titin, but for my long name is Ida Ayu Nyoman Titin Tisna Dewi.
Okay.
I am a new lecturer in mechanical engineering. My course is about static, instrumentation lab, and thermodynamic.
Okay. Do you want to let us know something about yourself that others might not know?
Actually, I'm from Bali, and I already finished my doctoral study in Universitas Indonesia in this year.
All right. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you so much. You want to pick someone else? I don't think there's many.
Sure. Maybe Andre. Andre. I don't know. Andre Aulia Rahmat. Can you join us?
Andre.
Hello, sir and miss. Actually, I'm
I'm
PIC
sorry.
professor.
Maybe
It's
Nurul
okay. He's a
ada.
student.
Sorry.
It's
Maybe
okay.
Nurul ada.
Okay. Nurul ada. All right.
Hello, good morning, Pak Manu.
Good morning.
Is my voice audible?
I
Is my voice audible?
yes, yes, we can hear you now. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think I'll introduce myself.
We can't hear you. Yeah. The
Yeah. I'd like to introduce myself first. My name is Nurul Adhabumia.
yeah, we can't hear you. Maybe you can type in the chat so we can see. Yeah. Yeah. So what faculty will you be with? So you will be doing introduction to literature. All right. Okay. Thank you so much. That's fine. We know technical things happens all the time. All right. Do you want to pick someone else? I think maybe one more person left, I think.
Maybe Bu Aridina.
Aridina. All right. Okay. Pak Di.
Bapak, I'm really sorry, Pak.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, people always mistaken I'm a woman, but that's fine. Sometimes it's a advantage for me. Yeah, yeah, my name is Aridina Krastiawan. I will teach digital video and photography for this semester in uh, visual communication design. I think it's in the FET, yeah, Faculty
Yeah.
of Engineering, and yes,
All
yeah, I
right.
think that's it.
Okay. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Fantastic. Well, hopefully yeah. So again, just reach out to me if you have any questions. You can find my name on the directory, Manoharan. So you can email me if you have any other questions when you start setting up your LMS before the school session starts. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Let me share my screen. So in the meantime, I may not be looking at the chat. So if you have any questions, Andre, if you can help me look at the chat, and the rest of us, if you have any question, just unmute yourself and just ask the question. All right. And I'll stop at certain intervals just to make sure that if there's any questions, we can address them. So what I will suggest is, if you, at this point of time, you already have the login details for your LMS, please just go ahead and log in so that you can follow along, or just look at the interface so that you are familiar. So with that, let me share my screen. Okay. All right. Okay, I haven't used Teams for a while now, so all right. Okay, so everyone should be able to see my screen. So the address that you need to go to is lms.sampoernauniversity.ac.id, right? So this is the address. Just add LMS in the front to the Sampoerna University website. It will take you directly to a login page. So it's a single sign-on. So you will be signing on using the same credentials for your emails and your LMS, right? So if you have the account details, you can go ahead and log in. So when you log in, this is the first page that you will see. So it will take you to your dashboard. So this will be your account. And so, but before I move, is the screen clear? Can you see?
Clear, Pak Mano, clear.
Clear, yeah. Okay, all right. If there's at any time something is not clear, if you have something's not visible, just let me know. Now, when you log in, this may look empty because there is no course that has been published. All right. You will only see courses that you are teaching and that has been pushed to you. So once it's been pushed to you, you will see these courses and they will look like this. All right. So the course that would have been pushed to you is what we call a blueprint. All right. But before we go there, so this is your interface. So this is your account. You will see this. All right. So you can go to profile. You can just add some things here or add a picture here. You can go to notifications, and you can also see that you have access here, so you will see all these things. Usually none of this, for me, if I have a course, I think the first thing I will do, go to profile, change my picture, Other than that, there's not much that you need to change. Okay, so there's nothing much to really change. What you could do is under settings, this is something we usually tell the students to do, is that to go, if they do not check their school email often, and you may also not check, especially if you are on a part-time basis, you may not check the university account email often. So what you could do is you can add an additional email address. So if there's anything from Canvas, let's say your students contact you, or there are some global announcements made within the LMS system, it can also be sent to an email of your choice. Okay, so you can register another email so that when messages are sent out, you don't miss them because you do not check this email address. So that's the other thing that I may change. But other than that, probably everything else is fine. Okay, so let's go back here, go back to the dashboard. So when a course has been pushed to you, you will see it here. All right, so you do not have to create a course from scratch. Most likely have a discussion with the PIC, your PIC, that may be the HOD, and find out from them more about the course that you'll be teaching. All right, so most courses has what we call blueprints. All right, so these are courses that has been approved by the faculty and CETL, and they have been converted into a blueprint. So basically what blueprint means is that it's a template. All right, so a template will look different depending on who created the blueprint. So I have an example here of a college algebra blueprint, and it's been created by Ibu Faradila. All right, and so her blueprint looks like this. So what will happen when, let's say if you're teaching college algebra, this blueprint will be pushed to you into your dashboard here. All right, now when you open, let's say those courses, let's say I open this, it will not say blueprint anymore, right? Because it is a blueprint course that has been pushed to you. So one of the first things you need to do is when you're in your dashboard, depending on, you may have the same course, but you'll be teaching different sections. So you may have 2 courses published for different sections. All right, so I can be teaching Introduction to Literature, let's say, to 2 sections. So I will see 2 courses. They are the same course that has been pushed to you from an existing blueprint. All right, so there's a couple of things you need to do when you receive the blueprint. All right, so let's go through that step one by one. Now, what you will see here on the front page depends on what the designer of that blueprint has done. So here's an example. This instructor has chosen a page, right? A page. So she has designed this page and given some instructions, an introduction to the student, and she has created 3 images that has links. So basically, if I were to click this, it takes me to the course overview and tells me a little bit about what this course is about, what are the student learning outcomes, learning resources. If I were to go back and click this, I see a brief bio of the instructor. There's the full name, the email address, office hours, what time to what time she can be contacted. And there's also a preferred method of contact, which is an appointment. She's using Linktree, so students can go in there and set an appointment with her based on office hours. All right, so let's go back here. All right, and then this is the module. Now all these things are actually available here as well. So let's go through this. So on the top right corner, there's a couple of things here that are useful. You can always see the student view. So this is the lecturer view. This is how it would look like to you as a lecturer. If you want to see how the course looks like from a student perspective, you just click this. And this is how it will look like from a student's perspective. All right. So you can check what they can see here, what they can see here. And then if you're happy with how things looks like, you can leave the student view. Okay. There'll always be an edit button that where you can make changes to the pages that you are currently on. Now, do notice something. This is a very common mistake that happens. You got all your course ready on the first day, and then suddenly the students are sending you messages saying they can't see the course, even though it's on your dashboard, because even as a blueprint, when it's pushed to you, it is unpublished. So you do need to click on this button here and you have to publish it. Okay. Now, by any chance, if you would like to change what's on this front page, then you just need to click edit. So I'm not going to do anything here because this is a blueprint, so I don't want to damage it. I just want to show you. So let's go back to dashboard and let me open my demo. All right, so in this case, this is a perfect example. When at home, what you see is the modules, right? So it's the same. If I were to click on modules, and if I go to home, it's the same thing. All right. In this case, the course is already published. Let's say if I want to edit, I'm going to unpublish. Okay. And then I can start making changes. Now, how do I choose what do I show on the home page? You can go here. And here you have options. You can show your syllabus page to be your front page, the assignments list, pages front page, or course activity screen. So if you create a front page, then you can actually choose this, and then you can choose one of the pages to be your home page. Now, my preference, my personal preference is always this, something like this. Basically, I'll welcome the students, introduce myself a little bit, put a image of myself. Let me show you an example. I do think I have a course here. Let me see. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. So I'm, something like this. This is my homepage, right? I introduce myself, tell them my email, how to contact me, and then a little bit of other important email addresses and who they can contact. And then, yeah, so it's really up to you what you want the students to see. So what I do usually is on the first 2 weeks, maybe the home page is this. And then once the course is in the 3rd week, maybe I move to the modules, because students can just straight away just see what's the next assignment or what they need to do. All right, so that's what I do personally. Okay, I'll stop here for a while. Is there any questions that anyone wants to ask based on what I've shown you so far?
Yes, I would like to ask Mr.
Yes.
Manoharan.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yeah, would you mind to repeat how to add email another email in settings, I guess. Yeah.
Okay,
In,
sure.
Yeah, in account.
Okay, sure.
Yeah,
I'll
thank
show you that now. Okay, so first step, pick the course that you want to make changes to. So, and then click on it. And then go to right at the top where you see account. And if you have put a picture of yourself, you will see it there. And then click on it. All right, it will open up like this. And then you go to settings. Okay, so again, go to your account right at the top on the left hand corner, click, and then click again on settings. All right, and on the right end of this page, you will see that you have the option to add an email address. Okay, all right,
yes.
Fantastic. All right. All right, any other questions?
Yes, I have a question, Pak Manu.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so basically the student can only see a published course. So
Correct.
I need to
Yes.
so I need to publish my course first in
Yes.
order for them to see my course.
Yes.
If I want to change something inside the course, if the status already published, do I need to unpublish first and do the changes or what?
You don't have to. You don't have to. You can do a live. I'll thank you for that question. I will talk a little bit more about it when I get to a course and we start making edits. Okay?
Okay.
All right. But that's a very good question. Any other questions? All right. If not, I'll go to the demo course. All right. So there is you can publish when I let's say if I publish the course, right? You will notice here that under each module, this is a section, the demo section. I can add another module. Let's say, let me just say this is the second module. I can always add a prerequisite, meaning if they don't finish the demo module, they cannot go to the second module. All right. So in best practices, this is always advised to make sure that students finish everything in a module before they can go to the next module. So if there are no prerequisites set, I will encourage you to set that up. So here, if you tap on prerequisite, then you can actually select that demo is a prerequisite before you can go to the second module, right? So you will notice here, it says prerequisite demo. I must finish this. Now, within the modules, I can actually switch off a particular module, so they will not see any this module on their page. So I can control, or I can even deep dive inside the content of a particular module, right? I can, you notice here that I can switch off certain things, right? So what you can do is to answer your question. Let's say I want to make changes to this, right? So what I can do is I can just switch this off for a while, and then I will go to this page, right? And then I can make some edits, right? I can edit. I noticed that I have a spelling error here. So I'm done, and then I'm going to save. And then I can go back to the modules page, and then I can switch it on back. All right. So you have control from the top level all the way to the bottom level. Okay. Individually, you can switch off pages, links to make changes. So you don't have to go back to the whole course here and switch this off. You don't have to do that, right? So if you are not ready to publish the second module, just switch it off. All right. If it's a prerequisite, students can't go to the second module until they have finished all the tasks here. All right. So there's a couple of ways you can control access, or you can switch certain things off so that you can make changes. All right. So I hope that answers your question. So I have my dashboard. I have my course. Students are coming in next week. So what is the first thing I should do? So remember, this is a blueprint. So this was probably a course that was used in the previous semester or the semester before that, right? And the PIC usually, like if they upon reflection at the end of the semester, they want to make some changes, they will always go back to the blueprint and they will make changes accordingly. Maybe add a new resource or maybe change things up a little bit. So now when you receive the blueprint, the first thing you should do before looking at any content or whatever is you need to go to settings. Okay, right at the bottom, go to settings of your course, and there's a couple of things you need to change. All right, you can change the image if you want to. All right, let's say you want to personalize the course. You know, for example, here I have a GIF, so it looks a little bit more animated. So if you want to change this, make sure the time zone is correct. Now, this is the most important thing that you need to change, okay? Which is the start date and the end date of the course. All right, because what will be reflected here is an old date from the previous semester or the semester before that. So the first thing you need to do here is go and change according to the academic calendar, change when the course starts and when the course ends. Okay, so this is the very first thing that you need to do. Okay, the other thing that you need to choose is the grading scheme. Now, this most likely would have been chosen. Let me just check here. Let's go to settings here in this blueprint. So if you notice the blueprint here, the dates are 2019. So you need to change this. All right. And then the other thing, this one you didn't have to change because it's already ticked. So this is the Sampoerna University grading scheme. So it's already fixed, right? This is standardized across all the courses. So what I will do is, in your case, just make sure that this is set up, and then the dates is changed. Okay. So make sure this is ticked. So in my case, I have not changed this because this is a demo course. So make sure this is on. And secondly, make sure you change the start and the end date according to the calendar that you've been given. All right. You can always change this. Let's say at the end of the course, let's say something happens, students need maybe 1 or 2 days extra, you can always come here and change this, okay, to give students a little bit of extension if needed to. So this is where you come. So this is the first thing you need to do. All right. After that, the other thing I would look at is probably I will go to navigation. Now, if you notice, there's a lot of things here on this side, and to me, I don't want students to see things that are not necessary. So what you can do is you can just move things out of that if you don't want. If you're someone who uses Flipgrid and you know what it is, and you want students, you will be using it in your sessions, then by all means leave it there. But this is not something you use, bring it down. Okay, Of course, the basics I will not want to remove. If you use a big blue button, no, we are using Teams, so I don't need that. I don't need students to see the rubrics. The rubrics will be provided within the assignment, so let's just put it here. So my goal will be to reduce the number of things that students need to see, right? And once you're done that, please make sure to press save. All right, and I'm done. Okay, so I can go back to home. I can tap on student view, and then I can see what do students see on this side. Okay, Office 365, I want them to have that. Google Drive, if you're using that, some students use that. So let's make that available. Collaborations, maybe, yeah. So pages, maybe you can remove that, and files, because when they go to the modules, they will see everything anyway. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to do. Let's leave student view. All right, any questions so far?
Yes, I have a question, Mano.
Yes, go ahead.
There's a quizzes in over there. So how to relate example, if I want my modules to have a pre-test and post-test, how to put into the modules?
Okay. Okay, I'll answer this in two ways. Now, first of all, after changing this, these settings, what I will ask you to do is I will ask you to go to the modules and check the course. All right, have a look at the course that has been already been done for you. Okay, so have a look, see what assignments are there, look at what kind of resources are being provided. Are there any assignments that are being provided? There's a unit test. Now, this is not like fixed, yeah, that you must run the course like this. Now, of course, I'm not going to change the content, because this content is probably based on prerequisites with our partners. So of course, I'm not going to say, oh, okay, transformation of graph functions, I'm not going to teach this. All right, no, I can't remove this. Now, what I can change is how would I approach to teaching this. So back to your question, you said I want to add a quiz, because I wanna have a formative assessment, and then I want to give them a summative assessment just to check for understanding. Did they understand this topic, and the learning outcomes of these topics were met? All right. So if you want to add anything, you can just you can go to any of these documents here. So you can go to pages, and you can add a page. So let me just go here. All right. So what you could do is you can go to pages. You can add an additional page. All right. All right. And you can type, let's say this is a formative assessment. Okay. So I can save. All right. I can also go to quizzes. And there's no quizzes here. I can add a quiz. All right. I will recommend you for choosing the new quizzes. Remember my choices for this course, and then just submit. Okay. So what you could do is you can add a quiz here, and then you can just I'm gonna create a group called quizzes, add a group, and then I'm gonna give it as a points, and then you can fill up all these things, and then you can save, right? So it will appear here. So you can always go back to your module. Let's say there's already existing content. I can always add things here. right? So what do you want to add? So I'm going to add quizzes, okay, and then you can pick. Okay, so let's go to quiz. I have quiz 1 here. I can add. All right, and as you can see, it's already been added. I can just move it anywhere I want to. Okay, so going back to your blueprint here. So the second thing I will do is I will look at the course. I will see how it's done. I will look at the resources, uh, uh, and I will look at what assignments are given. And then the other thing you probably need to do is you need to go to assignments, and you need to see what's the breakdown of the assignments, how they are, the assignments are in terms of percentages, how they are broken up. So I will go and check all this. Now, one of the things that you notice here is the due date, right? Because again, you have changed the dates for the course itself. Now you need to come in and change the due dates for all the assignments. Okay, so in order to do this, you just need to go to the course, all right, and then just edit, and then you need to make changes here when the courses will be due. Okay, so I'm not going to change anything here because this is a blueprint. So I'm just going to go back to the course itself here. All right, so back to your questions. Yes, you can add extra quizzes. You can add extra pages in the assignments. Okay, so you can go to assignments. There's one quiz, there's only 2 assignments. You can always add another assignment. It's not a problem. But before you do anything, because you already have a blueprint that is provided to you, so I will suggest go to the syllabus page, check the syllabus, and then after that, okay, here, go to the syllabus, look at the key learning outcomes, all right, and the student learning outcomes. Have a look at the resources that is being provided. And then what I will do is I will come to the modules. I will have a look. And then what I will do is to personalize this course. All right, this course was set up by Bu Faradila. So what I will do is I want to personalize this course, right? So I want to start making changes. So where would I make the changes? I will go to home, change all this, right? I need to edit. Maybe I will change the picture. Maybe I will change the Teams class that I'm going to be using and what's the code. I will go to this page where it talks about the teacher. I will edit, I will change the picture, I will change my office hours. So the next thing you need to start doing is you need to start changing things in the modules. All right, and let's say you would like to add an extra formative or summative assessments. You can surely go ahead and do that. But just a reminder, let me just go to assignments here. Because we are running an American program, we cannot put a lot of weightage on the final exams. So the marks needs to be distributed with quizzes, discussions, summative assessment, and formative assessments. So as you notice here, Unit 1 test carries 25%. Unit 3 carries 25%, Unit 2 has the heavier weight, 40%. So they're kind of spread out. And then there's some additional assignments. Some lecturers will give attendance 5%, class participation 5%. So they're kind of spread out. So please go to assignments, go to modules, study out the overall structure, and then start making the changes. Or if you want to create like a ticket in, ticket out activity, you want to add an extra page, or you want to share an extra resource, by all means, start making changes. But one of the things I will strongly encourage is do have conversations with your PIC just to make sure that you are not changing things that you're not supposed to change. Okay, so because we do have strict requirements in terms of our learning outcomes. All right, so you can add a rubric, you can change the rubric. So again, you can make all these changes. You are more than welcome to do that. So that you can personalize the course to yourself, so that when students see they enter your Canvas course, they know it's you, right? It's not someone else. All right, so I think once I'm done with that, so one of the main things is make sure that because some of your students, they are new, they probably just joined SU, it's their first course. So I would suggest on your welcome page, give very specific instructions, like what would you like them to do. All right, would you like them to log in into a Teams class, what exactly they need to do, if something happens, who they can contact, how can they contact you or let you know. So be very instructive. And in my modules, usually, like if I go, let me see, dashboard. Okay, so usually in my first page, I will give very specific instructions what they need to do. All right, or in your modules here. All right, so I will put something here, begin here. All right, start here. So that they know. So when they go there, all the information for the first day, right? So okay, when is the class? What's the time? What's the room? Okay, what will I be learning? What's the evaluation like? What's the grading scheme? All right, so everything's here. All right, so maybe I will add, let's say the first session is online, the second one is face-to-face, then I will give some very clear instructions how to log in and all that kind of stuff. All right, so just make sure that you have that right at the top, so that students, especially if they are new students. Now, of course, if these are second year, third year students, they're very used to this. They will know what to do. So the other resource that you have is you can actually ask the students, right? If there's something you're not sure of, just ask them. All right, so let me stop here for a while. Do we have any questions? I have one more thing I want to cover, but let's take in some questions. I know I shared a lot already. Any questions? All right, if not, let's go to a typical page. So this is a page. If you go up here, there's the usual text editor. Okay, superscript, subscript, bold. You can add external or course links. You can add course images or user images. Now, what it means is there's a an option here to choose files. Let me just leave here first. So what you can see is that I've actually uploaded, so you can just click and drag. Okay, so you can just click and drag any files. Okay, so, and I organize everything that I need here. Now, why do I do that? Because if I go to my modules, if I go to pages, if I click edit, when I pick this, I have course images. So everything that I've uploaded is available to me. So usually that's what I like to do. I will upload everything into files first, organize them so that when I want to add anything, it's easy. All right, they're all available here. Okay, and course documents as well. If there's any documents, I've already uploaded here so that I can just choose and it will appear here. So let's say I pick this, then it will appear here. All right. The other thing is important thing is this plug. All right. If I choose this plug, you will notice that I can add a Canvas document directly. I can add Microsoft link, Drive. So I have lots of options here. I can even add a Teams meeting here, and I can also add a YouTube. So these are the options that I have that I can add within the pages, right? And so tables, okay. I can add tables. Let's say if I add a table, one of the things that you will notice is you can see the lines, but if I were to save this, you will notice that the tables are not visible. Okay, so what you need to do is, let me just, oops. Okay, so you need to choose the tables and then go to table properties. Usually you need to add a border width because usually it's 0. So when you put things on the table, then you see, hey, how come there's no lines? It's because of this. You just need to add 1 and then just save. And then the lines will show when you save. All right. So let me go back here. So as you can see, the lines are visible now, right? So let me go back to the modules. So one best practice that we do is do not, this is a very good practice. You will notice here that there are some links, but most of the things are actually in pages. All right. So if I were to open this. Now, why is this very important? Because when you put it in a page, you can give instructions. Like for example here, what do you want the students to do with this video? Do you want to watch them? What do you want them to pay attention to? If you just drag the link into the module, then when students click on it, the video will open, but there's no instructions. All right. So here, as you can see, the teacher has also put in the YouTube video as part of a discussion so that students can actually have discussions and ask questions about the video. Now, you can't do this unless you put it in a page, right? So one of the best practices is make sure that everything is put in a page. All right. So like for example, the video is about 7 minutes long. I will put there 7 minutes view. What to pay attention to. All right. And what may be asked in the quiz. So just information like that, doing it in a page is just a lot more helpful. All right. And one last thing that may be useful to you is this thing called Studio. Okay, it's on the left-hand side. So if you need any help with Canvas, just go to help, and there's a lot of options here that you can check. All right, if you need inbox is any assignments, anything that has been sent to you, like mails from the students, you will see it here. Calendar, of course, you can set up a calendar for all the due dates for all the courses. And of course, these are all the courses that is available. So usually we go to dashboard, inbox. So there's this option here, Studio. Studio is basically where you can put the depository of all your videos, right? So one of the things that you may change is that you may want to put your own videos that you want the students to watch and discuss or respond to. So what I will do is you can start a collection, or you can just add videos, right? You can drag and drop your own media, or you can paste a YouTube link. Now, the other cool thing about Studio is that you can actually record your screen. You can screen capture, or you can do a webcam capture. All right. So if you want to be able to record a video to quickly put on Canvas, you can do it right in here, right? You can screen capture, or you can webcam capture. All right, I will leave that up to you to explore, or you can just add videos. In this case, I've created a collection of videos. Now, why is this important? Because let me go back here. All right. So if I were to edit this page, if I were to add, okay, I can actually add things from Canvas Studio, and it will tell me all that I've chosen is already here. So I can just choose, and then I can pick this and then embed. All right, and you can see here, it will automatically show up with all these things. I can change this. I can add comments. Students can actually add insights, and I can also put captions. Okay. Now that's the power of Studio. So to try and have a look at it, it may be useful to you. All right. Now, of course, there's a lot of things to explore in Canvas. You can embed Google Drive documents. You can also use badges. Okay. So as you can see, all right. So I can also like create badges for students if they finish something. So that's something you can actually explore. There's item banks. You can have like 30 questions, but students will only answer 10, so that you know, every time the questions will be scrambled. So there's a lot of options here. Please do have a look. One last thing under grades. Let me just go back to here. All right, so if I go under, let me see, we have a few more minutes. So there are two other things that you need to be doing on Canvas. One is you'll be taking attendance on Canvas. Okay, so I have no students here. So once you see students, then you can start taking attendance here. Now, once you take attendance for the first time, if you go to modules, it will pop up right at the top here. In the first module, attendance will show up here. So if you are giving attendance some grades, then you can move it down to another particular where it says assignment attendance. If not, you can just move this out of completely out of grading, because no marks are given for attendance. All right, so just to for your information, when you take attendance for the first time, please come and check your module. Attendance will drop right at the top on the first module. You may not want it to be there. Okay, just for your information, especially under assignment, I think, right? It will go right at the top here. Okay. The other thing is grades. Make sure that grades updated in a timely manner, because we want students to know how they are doing from a week-to-week basis. All right. We tell students at least 2 weeks turnover time. If there's any delays, please discuss that with the students and let them know. And the other thing that we do in the university is what we call signature assignment. One of your assignments has been assigned as a signature assignment for curriculum mapping. I am not going to discuss this here, but if you would like to find out more after your course has started, or you can talk to your PIC. All right. So there is a particular rubric that is assigned to the signature assignment that will produce an outcome based on this. All right. Learning Mastery Gradebook. Okay. Exit competency. So we want to see, we're just going to take a sample of one assignment, not all the assignments, and see how students are doing to benchmark against all the other courses. All right. So just be aware there's something called the signature assignment. Okay. So other than that, let's go back here. All right. I think that's all from me. To help you get started by, you know, a lot of you said this is your first time using an LMS. So feel free to email me, or you can reach out to me if you want like a short one-to-one. I can do that as well, just to walk you through as soon as you've seen your course. And you can email me to ask me questions at any time via email. All right. And I'll be more than happy to help you set up your course before the semester starts. All right, I'll stop here. Are there any questions? Okay, there's something on the chat. Let's see. Andre, I think that's it. I think everyone now is a Canvas LMS expert, ready to get started.
Yes, thank you, Pak Mano, for leading this very wonderful session. Yeah, hopefully, so Bapak Ibu dosen can use Canvas for the spring semester. So yeah, in the chat room, Bu Ida Miss Nurul ada. Oh yeah,
There's a question. Yeah.
this questions.
Okay, thanks, Pak Mano. Do you have the manual book for those procedures? Well, if you go to the Canvas course, there is something at the bottom called help. Okay, and the other thing that may appear, let me just look at this. All right, we do have something called SU Canvas tutorials. Let me see this. Let me share my screen again. Okay. Okay. Okay, let me go here. Let me go to the dashboard. Okay, so there is something called SU Canvas tutorials. So here I have a bunch of videos that I've updated, I think. So you can actually check here. So there are videos on how to use. Okay, so what I will do is I will make sure that this course is also shared with you so that you can access the videos so that you can have a look at it. Thanks for that question, February. Yeah, so I will ask for the list of names and I will share it with you by next week. Yeah, early next week. Any other questions? All right, so I don't want to keep you longer than needed to. We are already 4 minutes past 12. So just remember, you can reach out to me at any time if you have any questions. Okay, so this is not the end, and we can definitely ensure that you get all the help that you need to make sure that your courses start in a smooth way. All right, thank you, everyone. Have a great weekend and Happy New Year.
Pak Mano.
Yes.
Thank you, Pak.
Maybe I would like to share screen first to show your the certificate of appreciation for you, yeah, Pak.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Wait for a moment. Yeah, while waiting for the share screen, so for Bapak Ibu dosen, you can fill out the evaluation form as I have shared in the chat room, and after Bapak Ibu dosen fill out the link evaluation, Bapak Ibu will get e-certificates automatically that will be sent to the email. Yeah, so This is the certificates of appreciation is proudly given to Pak Mano as the facilitator for today's Canvas tutorial sessions, and this certificate will be sent also through email after this session.
Okay, thank you.
And before we end the meeting, let me have a photo session ya Pak. And to Bapak Ibu dosen, please open your camera and then we can start the photo session. Okay, I think already ya Bapak Ibu semua. So let's take a picture. 1, 2, 3. Once again, 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. Thank you, Bapak Ibu. And for information, this session is also recorded. So maybe Bapak Ibu want to watch the recording. Bapak Ibu can watch through our YouTube channel, CETL Sampoerna University. And I think that's it for today's sessions. And I'm Andre. I'm sorry for any mistakes. And hopefully we are always in a good condition. And thank you, Bapak Ibu, and see you in the next CTL event.
Thank you.
Bye.
Adrian, Pak Mano, thank you.